arms, leaning, leaning. Ocio, Ocio. Hello, everybody. I'm just on here for a few. I'm not intending to be on here very long. And I just wanted to share a little bit of me with y'all. Seems like my life, I'd come a pretty long ways. Ended up getting where I am now, and I have to keep focus on the now and what's ahead. You know, a lot of times through life as we're growing up, and the things that we face, the experiences and stuff. I tell you what, you can get a lot of crap in your life, but we often would say, well, if I had a time machine, that I would go back and redo this and that. But actually, if you think about it, if you did that, you wouldn't have know the people that you know now, or you wouldn't have met the people that you had in your life, though, especially the ones who mean a lot to you. Well, you catching my drift? Yeah. You often have a lot of regrets in your life, mistakes and things like that. We all have. We all do. We're not perfect. I know I'm not. I still make mistakes. But uh thing is I have to keep focused. And each one of us, me, myself, you, and everyone, we always gotta stop to you know evaluate situations in our life. Could be financial, relationships, you know, decisions about buying things, you know what I mean? Uh, Doing this or doing that, or setting a goal, you have to decide what kind of goal you're going to set for yourself. We always got to come up to decisions that we should make to plan on not just what are we going to do in the now, but tomorrow's and the next days and things. Sometimes we will think, well, we're getting on in our years, and what if something happens to me? Then maybe I need to make a will and help make some provision for the family, so that they don't have a big burden on their hands, and on and on and on. So we always got decisions that we have to make. Now, obviously, I'm not planning on being on here for a long time, so I'm not going to go through everything. I'm just going to give you the readers digest version. Well, I have my other channels, but I have the Cherokee Outlaw channel, the Warhorse Experience channel, this channel. And anyway, I on my one channel, the Warhorse Experience, anyone who's watched my videos on there, I mean, a little bit of everything, but everything from Bigfoot, things on Bigfoot, things on the paranormal, and different other things and what have you and stuff. And met a lot of good people, and a lot of them I considered my friends and my family. And lost some, I won't get into the reasons why there. This is not about that. But anyway, the thing is, you know, you get kind of tired of certain things. Like with that channel, I was getting tired of, for me, on the when it came to the just the paranormal aspect, finding evidence of spirits and such, and of that nature. I mean, it's all been done, and there's evidence enough out there already that shows that there are, they are. So, but like in Bigfoot, the hairy ones, they are real creatures, and I think it'd be cool to get more evidence on them, But however, thing is, I want to focus on things that's going on today, because I mean, hey, just to go out on any kind of an investigation, whether you just want to explore old buildings or investigate Bigfoots, or maybe you want to investigate a news story, whatever, it doesn't matter. Now with gas, because of the economy and the crisis, food crisis and everything else, then you got war looming. Yeah, it's just really great. I mean, it's costly. And so anyway, I don't want to be uh, going out extra money on that I don't have to try to get gas for the vehicle. I reserve my gas for when it's necessary, whether it's going to doctors or going to the store, going out, having to go pay bills or whatever, right? But the thing is, and of course, my one goal I'm trying to reach for is quit smoking. Bad habit, guys. Bad habit. But yeah, I wish I'd have never seen the dirty things. But anyway, uh, I been thinking, doing a lot of thinking about things, and I want to say one thing is that with me, through the things I went through in life, okay, and here I am 61 and I ain't getting any younger, and I ain't in the greatest of health, right? So anyway, I want to pursue other things. And so, like on this channel, uh, excuse me, I'm trying to figure out what oh, okay, there we go. Anyway, I cover like news and other events that goes on, and if someone's got something on their shoulders, if they want to share it, do a little ranting or something so they could get the monkey off their back, so to speak, they can do that. Talk about the fallen angels, the aliens, UFOs, Bigfoot or something, but whatever, but anyway, let's see, I got another channel I forgot to mention, by the way. It's called, uh, what was, uh, Light in the Darkness, or something like that. But anyway, that's new. It's a podcast. But, the thing is, because, I had that channel do the I'm doing the podcast because of the, you know, what I see that I need to do in my life. Okay, because Because, you know, I see things for the way they really are. And, you know, with the events that's going on around us, I mean, let's face it, people. I mean, it's, excuse me. Okay, I guess you can say it like this. I mean, you got this crap going on in the world that just keeps getting worse and worse. And it's not getting better, and it will not ever get better. And, it's just like, say, for instance, if a doctor told you you had, I don't know, a month to live or whatever. So the thing is, what would you do? Okay. Well, each and every one of us, we're all dying because you get, you're born, you're being young, and then old, and then eventually death. So, I mean, so basically it's true for all of us. We're all dying. It's just that way. But so the question always comes up that you have to, think about is, where do I go from here? And you seeing all the events taking place, and I can remember, because see, when I was real young, real young, or kid and everything, I remember my parents brought me up in church and everything. So, you see everything, is taking place, and it's happening exactly and precisely of everything that's recorded in the book of heaven, you call the Bible. Everything is happening right accordingly, exactly. No variant or a hit and miss thing. You get a lot of people on YouTube and other social media and saying, "Thus saith the Lord," and it's all hit and miss. And just like there's psychics out there that they self-proclaim psychics, it's a hit and miss. But one thing is, when it comes to the book of heaven, for sure, it's never a hit and miss. It's just always exact. It happens that way. And I see that. I don't know about you, but I can only speak for myself, and that's what I'm doing. Speaking about myself, okay? So, I'm thinking more on just pursuing a goal that I want to reach. And that's a place where that on this red road that I'm walking, and that I can directly go directly into the light, into that heavenly home. I don't want to sit there and be pursuing things that ain't gonna lead me but to nowhere but misery after this life is over. Because I know that there is a heaven, there is a hell. Now, some of you that believes in paranormal and stuff, and you've seen stuff and all this, but if you can't believe in heaven, you can't believe in God, then there's something wrong somewhere. You need to quit what you're doing, because you know that there is a life after, that your spirit still exists after you left this body. And I look like I sure don't want to be lingering around on this planet, you know, as far as, like when your time comes, I want to be able to meet the embrace of the beautiful great one. Because that's important for me. That's really important. And I don't, I don't profess, nor will I profess to ever be a perfect person because I'm filled with flaws. I have faults. I'm not perfect. Just like none of us are perfect. And see, my hope is that I can get stay on the right path, pursue him who pursued me, the beautiful great one. And so I want to pursue that path in that light, right? From out of darkness, out of darkness into light. And but I hope that I can see some of you there too, because that's what I want to pursue. And I just want to say this right up in case there's some of the people that has ever done me wrong, whether they intentionally have done so or unintentionally. Let me just say, and I mean it, that I forgive you. I look at it this way. We're not perfect. We've all made our mistakes in life. And right now we're in a time that people should be thinking about their eternal destination. Now, mind you, yeah, there's a lot of these churches out there. I've seen them, you've seen them out there. They're just phony balonies. But there are those that are the legit, the real thing, the real deal. But it's always those phonies that cause so many to lose any kind of hope or lose their faith in believing that there is a creator. So, you know, and I will say this, if any of you Christians are watching, let me ask you, what do you believe? You say one thing, but you do another. You get out on the streets to preach to others, but that's all you're doing is preaching. You're preaching at these people and insulting them. And the thing is, you don't get nowhere, and due to your insults, you get insulted back, maybe even hurt physically or whatever, and you think you're getting it done. It's all for the glory of God. But the problem is you getting insulted and hurt and all this because you putting your nose into other people's business. You're starting it, and you're not being persecuted. You're sticking your nose in and starting trouble, and trouble will always hit you when you start it. But those of you who are legit, let me give you one piece of advice. It don't matter where you're going and where you're planning on going to talk to people about your faith and telling them about the Bible and all this. Let me just give you this one bit of advice. Live your life like you're supposed to in front of them. And then they'll know whether you're legit and whether what you're saying is true. You sit there and carrying on the way you do, you're not going to get anywhere that way, except a hard way to go. So no wonder people don't like having anything to do with church. They don't want to have nothing to do with it because of the phonies in these mega churches. Hmm. I see a lot of those phonies, and they're all about the money. But if a person, you know, who might be like me, you come to that part in your life, that road where you're looking ahead and you're looking at the now and then ahead. You're like, man, I got a long ways to go, and but yet it's a short ways, depending on how you're precisely looking at it. And I know I came a long ways, but I'm trying to look ahead, you know, to see the now, my need now, and what's ahead. And so, I have to choose the right path and stay on that. And that's what I intend to do. Because life is short like it is. And with everything that's going on around us, we should take a good look at that. And maybe you ought to dust off those books of heaven you got, and take another look at it and start pursuing and investigate that. Investigate, see what's going on, and what does these things mean. You know, but anyway, I mean, I can go into a lot more, but thing is that I had been on a long journey, and I feel like that for me that I'm coming close to the end of the road, and there's two forks, a left and a right, and I have to make a decision on which one I want to take, because one could be wrong and the other one right. So I want to pursue what is right, and do that and go that route. That's the way I want to go. I love everybody, and I don't judge people for whatever choices they made, because that's not my place to do that. I just I just know, just like anybody else, like you or anyone else, you always know who's true and who's not. Like in who's really your family, who's your friends, and then those who are not, by their actions, by what they do, and stuff like that. But the thing is, but I know that I'm not a perfect person, and I just come to that place where I need to make right choices. So, because my goal ahead is to be able, when this life, this old thing here is over, that I can go and be with the beautiful great one. You got a lot of people talking about that there's many paths. Yeah, there's many paths, but they do not all lead to the beautiful great one. there are many paths, and we can take many, and it don't mean that you'll always be. You don't mean that you're going to be guaranteed that whichever path that you're taking is necessarily going to be the right one. But you gotta, it's like you get a map. You got to know where you're going. What are you pursuing? What is your goal? Like, say, if you want to go see Grand Canyon, for example, well, you get the map out and you want to know which route to take. And you take the wrong one thinking it's the right one because you assume that it's the right one, and you probably might be one of those, oh, I don't need to rely on the map. I have a good feeling I know that this is the way, and then turn around and you get lost. But I just want to be able to find, stay on the right path and stay on it and pursue what's ahead. And for me, that goal is to be able to be with the beautiful great one and to my loved ones who have passed on. And because I know that the beautiful great one will be coming. This is a fact, whether you believe it or not. It's just a fact. He is coming, and there's every signs of it. So I pursue the the right one. That's my goal. You know, uh, yeah, I am. I like painting, and I like playing the flute and things like this. And what have you. But I also want to know that one day I can be able to see you on the other side. You know, to, and know that with his coming, that we can all be with him. But thing is that I just want to say that I'm just choosing the path that I feel I know is the correct one for me, and I need to pursue it and pursue it with all that I can. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I wasn't meaning to be this long. I can say a lot more, but I just wanted to share that. I just feel like, that's what I need because Christ, Yeshua, the beautiful great one, is the one I want to pursue. I just, I just get, I'm old, and I just want to know that, yeah, there is something good besides all the stuff that's around us in life that people often get sidetracked with, and it looks good, and it is good temporarily, but after a while it gets old and there's nothing, and then you're left empty inside with it. So there's no sense of pursuing things that's only temporary because it's fleeting. So for me, I don't want fleeting. I want something that's lasting. So I don't focus and will not focus on, excuse me, the churches. And what I mean is, I'm not going to focus on these churches that go around saying, I've got the truth, because uh, if if you have the book, first of all, if you got the book of heaven, you have truth in your hands. It's a matter, and it's like a road map. So you want to pick it up and follow it, right? So And in church, real church can be anywhere, in your home, out in the field, out in the woods, out by in the mountains. It's also, part of it is your connection. Your like you have on a cell phone. If you don't have good reception, you can't communicate. And I want that communication always straight and open, the signal always going there between me and the beautiful great one. So that's my pursuit, you know. But also, meanwhile, I'm also planning on, I stay real busy around here and stuff. But I am going to be doing, other videos and things. But the thing is that I want to focus on uh, things around here, what me and my family have to focus on, especially with all the stuff that's been going on now to everybody, and focusing on being prepared, like food, things, and, you know, like growing food and raising food, and then, like got the chickens. Thinking about quail, I like pickled quail eggs. And there was some other animal, a bird. I can't remember what it was, but I can think of it later. But anyway, having things, take care of, make sure that when all things, when, not if, but when all things go completely south, where every single one of us is going to be having to focus on those things so we can be prepared, And I hope that you are prepared. We all should be prepared with, like food, shelter, things of this nature, on and on. The list goes on. You catch my drift. But also be prepared how we are in our spirit and in our hearts. Because see, now we're facing at a time where things are so close. Like you said, the last days. Well, yes, this is the last of the last days. 'Cause you've heard of back when we was kids, and heard of the ones who were before us, where they talked about the last days. But if those were the last days, guess what? Now we can know for certain. Not, I've heard that before. No, I do mean you see it and you remember what you've read, and if you haven't read it, you ought to. But thing is that you see it and you see the need, so it's like time to not just prepare for food and things like this, but for what's in for your spirit, your heart, your mind, to have that connection with the beautiful great one, the creator. You want to be able to have that connection, because it's coming. I mean, it's here, but I mean, it's really coming. But I have sources, and I will tell you this, people. Tell you by time September and November. Uh, let's put it this way. You know how you know fruit trees and stuff and all that get shaken. Sometimes they have these machines that will shake the trees and get the fruits and stuff. Well, guess what? Everyone's tree is going to be shaken. And it's only slightly that way right now, but everyone, yeah, going to be really shaken. And then there's worse things beyond that, from the period I mentioned. But The thing is it is always good, you know, I'm not talking about fear mongering, because fear mongering, what good is that? But it's always good to know that within your spirit and heart, you know where you're going. And also, you need to know if you're prepared, like for food and things when things go south. But what about going south spiritually, you know, in one's own spirit and heart and mind? So, uh, you hear too many people, you know, they talk about I'm this denomination, that denomination, or that one, you know. Your denomination ain't gonna make it. Now, let's face it, a denomination won't make it. It's not about that. It's something more, and it's what's between you and Him. And in that book of heaven, if you're applying yourself accordingly to it and being, well, let's face it, better word is obedient to Him and caring about Him, you know, because He cares about us. So, uh, yeah. So you catching my meaning. So, but I'm tired now, and I need to check on the babies one last time, the fur babies and the little feathered babies, and then I need to try to get myself in bed, you know, catch some shut eye, because I got a lot to do tomorrow. So yeah, I hope that you all will have a blessed day. That you are, yeah, blessed day, because it's 3:11 a.m. But I'm also hoping that you will be blessed in everything, and I'm hoping nothing but the best for you all. So, if any point in time, if we ever lose communication with each other, because you know eventually the internet will go out, and don't know for how long, but eventually it will happen. But you know, just know that I love y'all, and I'm still praying for y'all as always, because you're always in my thoughts and my heart. And so, anyway, I am getting ready to go to bed. Want to say good night, and I hope that after this life that I can see you in the next. So I love you all. Be blessed and take care. Be prepared. Be safe. And I'll say I'll see you in the funny papers. Love you. Aho and Wado.